Welcome everybody. In this video, we will try to explore that how effectively we can paraphrase any task to response in IELTS writing test. More specifically, question statement, which is basically one of the important steps. And I know when I'm saying this, most of you, the IELTS candidate, you will not agree with that because in the traditional, coaching centers, if you go and then they will give you written answers, then you pretty much have to cram, and then it's called memorization. But the spoiler alert is it doesn't work in the real test because based on my experience and then the people I am in touch with and the people, those who already worked with British Council over 20 years, the person used to be my mentor, and then he himself revealed that how exactly the examiners they are marking your writing piece of writing and what are the exact step by step you need to follow in order to get the band you're looking for. So paraphrasing is the most important skill when we are talking about IELTS writing task 2. The very first thing one must do is paraphrasing the question statement. Now the question, how do you do that? There could be a number of ways, but the best ways which I suggest my student is using similar meanings, synonyms, sometimes using breaking that word into list of words, or maybe you can explain that thing. Maybe you are ran out of synonyms, or there's something new, this word you never heard of. So instead of choosing negative or maybe unknown vocab, rather than you can choose or you can maybe explain that thing, break this word into pieces. Otherwise, you can again rephrase the clauses, and sometimes you can also use different forms of that word. What I'm trying to say is using different parts of speech for that particular word. Like maybe word is in the noun form, we can, transfer it into adjective, maybe adverb. So like that. So these are the few ways we can do that. So without wasting any time, I'll show you right away directly on my screen how effectively you can paraphrase any specific question statement. All right, let's get into this. So I hope so you guys are able to see this in my screen. This is my screen, and then if you can see this, this is an agree, disagree essay, or you can say it's an opinion essay, right? It's an opinion essay. Now, how do we paraphrase it? Some people think urban centers need more green spaces, while others believe more housing is needed. What do you think? So this part, what do you think? We are not answering right now because we are primarily this specific video is focused on how to paraphrase. So this portion we are not going to touch. We are going to only paraphrase the statement. All right, we can say like some say urban centers. Some people we can say some say that think. Some people think we can say some say that, right? Let's change the color so it's easy to understand. Some say that urban centers, how can we transfer? Urban centers, urban, maybe where we have metro and train and everything. Urban centers, we can say metropolitan centers. So there is a S. Metropolitans need more greeneries. Metropolitans are urgent require a significant amount of green spaces. We can say, greeneries, green spaces means like, let's say parks, green vegetation, trees, plants, like that, right? Politicians urgently require a significant amount of, however, others that homes are in demand, homes is in demand. So some say that metropolitans urgently require a significant amount of greeneries. However, that means while is a contradictory word, or you can say in contrast. So we can change it into however. Others, others I kept as it is. Believe, think that, believe others that new homes isn't more like more housing. So I put it into new homes. More housing means new homes they will be building. New homes is in demand. So some say that, some people, some say that means some people. Okay. Let me pick this up. Okay. Some say, so I change into, some say that urban centers, I changed into metropolitans, need more green spaces. I said urgently require a significant amount of more green spaces. So I used an adjective significant amount of greeneries. While is a contradictory word, so I changed it into however. Others, I kept others as it is. Believe, I changed into think that building new homes are in demand. Instead, more housing is needed. So you can see this is very simplistic way. I just put it into. Let's say if you want to, this is one way of doing. Like what I did here, you will see I have used combination of these are synonyms. Synonyms. I used some adverb, adjective, right? And again, used synonyms, or sometimes I broke this part. Housing means what? Building new homes, right? Housing. I broke it into this explanation. So you can say it's a mixture of everything. We need to play with that. Let me change the color. So how we can say that some people think, let's say if in different way I have to do is I can say it is argued that urban centers, I can say cities, or maybe city centers like city centers, I can say cities requiring, cities are essentially, it is argued that cities are essentially require green vegetation, trees, and parks, essentially required to increase green, while others think constructing houses are important. So essentially they're saying we can change into, they're giving some suggestions, but yeah, it is argued that cities are required to increase green vegetation, trees and parks. That means I'm talking about green spaces. And then while I kept it as it is, while others, or you can say, while others believe more housing, I changed into constructing new houses is important, is needed. So if you can see how much I have changed in both the sentences, if I can go and check the word count. So this is 22 words. And if I do the word count for this, and this statement is again 21. The original statement has 16. So I mean, it's close to that because here I explained a little bit. So you can see we can paraphrase in so many different ways, and it is not impossible to do that. It's really possible, and it's easy. How I did here, I used if you can see, if you can pay attention, I changed the form of the sentence here. Paraphrase. This is a synonym. This is synonym. Increase, more, required, need, right? Green vegetation, trees, park, the green spaces, right? Think, believe, more housing, constructing new houses, needed is important. It's the same, it goes with this example as well. Some say means some people, metropolitans, urban centers, urgently required, that means need. Urgently, it's an adverb. Significant amount of significantness, it's emphasizing the more. Greeneries, green spaces, however, it is replacing while. Think like it's a believe. The building new homes That means it's explaining the more housing is needed, isn't. So if you can clearly see that there is a distinctive way we can do that. We can absolutely paraphrase any single statement, and it is, I'm not saying there is only one way to do this. Don't take me wrong, because there could be n number of ways to paraphrase. But in the exam time, we need something very simple, very easy, and straightforward way we can do it and we can implement. The main key point is here, which is doable, which I can implement during the test time. Because if you have already done the test, so you know how much chaos and pressure you are in, because you probably have finished 2 3 modules, listening, reading, maybe speaking also you have finished. Now this is the last part you are doing, so you're pretty much exhausted in this part by now when you're doing task 2. So you do not have so much time, so much energy and patience to, evolve some other technique. You need something which is easy and it's easygoing and easy to remember and easy to implement. So this is something very simple, straightforward. In this way, you just need to use mix with some few things. One is, what are the things we have used here? One is synonyms and different form of the word. And then sometimes maybe we need to, it's called rearranging phrases, forms. Sorry. So, I mean, essentially, these are the techniques that we have used. And honestly, we did not use the third one. So sometimes third one is needed because there is only single one clause. So if there was 2 clauses, so yeah, multiple clauses more than that, then we could have play with this rearranging part, rearranging clauses. All right. So this is the very easy technique and tips. These are the tips I would say I wanted to share with you guys. And here it is. If you feel it is important, it was really helpful, and you want to learn, there are many other techniques and methods in order to get the top notch piece of writing. Not even writing, the other modules you have been probably with the speaking, you're having a hard time. So please feel free to contact. There is a email ID and contact number is available. You can come, you can directly DM me on my WhatsApp, and or otherwise you can shoot an email with your inquiry and I'll be happy to help you. All right. So that's pretty much everything, and we'll see you in the next video.